Get ready for your family's summer adventure with Curry Honda in Chicopee. Hi, it's Cassie, and we want you to hit the road in the all-new 2026 Honda Passport, built for rugged trails and packed with style. Available in vibrant colors to match your vibe. Or pack everyone up in the new Honda Odyssey, the ultimate family minivan with a spacious interior, rear seat entertainment, and cabin watch to keep your kids in check. Come get your dream ride at Curry Honda in Chicopee on Memorial Drive or online at curryhondamass.com.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:53, and the Rolling Stones are Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is, it's not too bad out there. It's actually clear, but it'll become cloudy today with a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6. My car had to de-ice my car. Like I was at an like I'm at Bradley taking the first flight out in the morning. The door was frozen shut.
So what did you do?
I have this homemade de-icer I made. You know, you can make a homemade de-icer.
How'd you do that?
You take rubbing alcohol and water and mix equal parts of both. Huh. And if you just pour that down because the door was frozen, and then once I got the door open, then the thing wouldn't shut. Then you got to like spray a little bit in there too, into the little door where the door latches to the thing. Yeah. So it does it fairly quickly, but it's still, then you got to do the other doors, because then what if you turned over on the side of the highway? How the hell are you going to get out if your door's frozen?
They never tell you to think about that, but you should absolutely be thinking about that.
So then I needed gas, so I was going to stop at the Cumberland Farms on Route 202 by 7Bs, by the way. Chef Jeff in the kitchen there. But he doesn't pump gas, Chef Jeff.
Now, if you went to the gas station and told him Steve Nagle sent you, what would you get for it?
They told me, sorry, we're out of gas. You need to go somewhere else. So I did, and I went to the Pride station, and thank God I did. On Riverdale Street in West Vancouver, because I got to catch up on season 3 of all my favorite gas station TV shows while I was filling up. You won't believe what happens next.
I'm not even sure what happened between episode 1 and 3.
Oh, well, here's the plot line. An idiot goes to fill up his tank.
Yeah.
He overpays for gas while watching Wendy's commercials. And
Wendy's isn't even open yet.
I haven't gotten to the finale yet.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. There are some days I'm pumping gas and Maria Menounos is telling me what's going on in Hollywood.
Right.
And I feel so angry when I'm done with my filling up my tank, because there's more I want to know.
It's kind of funny because they have this like stand-up comedian that I've never even seen him before, but he's doing bits about cars. Like that's the entertainment they're showing you while they're taking your overpriced gasoline out of
So what happens if you're just topping your tank off and all of a sudden you can't even stick around long enough to get for the punchline?
Well, that's exactly what happened. I couldn't even see what happened because when the pump stops pumping, I thought it was when you put the handle onto the thing that it stops going, right? When you know how you put the little thing in there and you hold it and the thing's filling up, and it finally reached the fill up point where the thing stops, and that's when the TV shuts off.
That's not right.
No,
you should at least be able to stick around for the punchline.
I should at least be able to keep that nozzle in the tank.
I got to tell you, that's, you should talk to Mr. Pride, see if you can get that fixed.
Well, the guy we know doesn't own the Pride anymore.
Well, that's why I'm saying. I know that, but,
who's Mr. Pride?
Isn't he the guy that owns it?
Is that the Kiss an Angel Good Morning, Mr. Pride?
It might be.
Yeah?
All I know is, that's, I believe that's Charlie Pride, but you're close.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's, I would feel cheated. I'd almost have to, drive around the block a few more times just to get to the joke.
Well, now I don't. That's what I'm saying. I missed the entire bit, and I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm like, I really want to know what happened. What's the joke? What can I do maybe to make that joke better?
Yeah. Well, the whole craftsmanship has been destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've seen you do a couple of bits. You probably couldn't get to the start of the bit and the end of the bit by the time it takes you to fill up 10 gallons worth of gas.
Well, you figure it takes you about 5 minutes to do a full fill-up.
Yeah, but you can do easily a good 45 minutes on a good night.
Yeah, but if this guy's just working on his 5 minutes, he's got to hurry it up a little bit.
Can you imagine what would happen if someone suddenly started heckling the gas pump?
Yeah. Boo. Boo, you
suck.
Yeah, this sucks.
I'd love to see the gas tank.
Yeah.
Try to fight, to swat down the heckler.
I saw a much better comedian at Sunoco last week. Where is the Pride Station getting these stand-up comedians for their gas station television?
Simple. $20 dinner and a comedy show.
You know what? I always wanted a Netflix special. But now I'm thinking gas station TV special.
You got to start somewhere, Steve.
Look how many people are going to be seeing you when you do your five. Like that's like instant fame right there.
You should sell like T-shirts at the merch table called the Pump Chump.
Yeah. Have you seen me on gas station TV?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm thinking this.
I don't know why you're wasting your time with that $20 dinner and a comedy show when your career is and the building blocks of your career are already being laid.
After this morning, I'm having a serious thought about career change.
It's 5:59 on Rock 102.
Hi, it's Kim from Pro Tool in Springfield. My job is to make...
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I know that everybody's busy talking about the Super Bowl these days, what with it being, New England and Seattle. And what can be more exciting than seeing New England piss off the rest of America with another Super Bowl championship for Mr. Kraft's curio cabinet? I can't think of anything, but that's because I'm shallow and filled with pettiness. However, while all that is going on, let's not rest on the excitement and thrills that are being planned for Tuesday night at the NFL Pro Bowl. Yeah, that's right, the Pro Bowl. Everybody's favorite meaningless and heavily marginalized exhibition that now culminates, not in a largely pointless lackadaisical scrimmage, but with a highly anticipated flag football game on primetime TV among some of the greatest players in football whose teams were mathematically eliminated from Super Bowl contention. Sounds exciting, huh? I guess. Of course, yesterday things got a little more exciting when it was announced that Pro Bowl selection Drake May will be replaced, not just by any of the top starting quarterbacks from the other 28 teams in the NFL. No, sir. He'll be replaced by another guy instead. That guy is quarterback Shedeur Sanders of the Cleveland Browns. And why not? He ranked 35th in total yards, threw a total of 7 reasonably interesting touchdown passes this season, and picked up 10 interceptions in his rookie year. He also earned an adjusted quarterback rating of 18.9, and yet he accomplished something that his Hall of Fame father never got a chance to do, and that is to play flag football at the Pro Bowl in his rookie year. Why was he chosen? Because every other available quarterback in the NFL found something better to do. The Pro Bowl used to be something that every player used to aspire to. Now it's something everyone tries to avoid despite the $92,000 paycheck you get if you're on the winning team. If that doesn't seem like a colossal waste of time, then I'm not sure what the hell does, other than the skills competition that precedes it. And I'm pretty sure I won't be watching that one either. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Know what you can fit into a 27-gallon storage tote from Rocky's? 27 gallons of crap that's been piling up around your house since God knows when. Rocky's Shelving and Storage Totes on sale right now. It's like a home decluttering starter kit, and it can be yours if you stop by your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
It's 12. And the Doobie Brothers are Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy today with a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
I usually don't condone, paparazzi taking pictures of people walking down the street with their kids or, from zoom lens from half a mile away, that kind of behavior. However, I was kind of amused by this. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and William Shatner is clearly not about to flake on it, hauling his bowl of cereal on the road with him and the brand new pics are great. This is the way they wrote this story.
What they're doing there.
Yeah, he's the 94-year-old Star Trek legend was spotted at an LA stoplight on Monday, raising a spoon of what looks like Raisin Bran from a bowl in his lap. And you can see this picture. He's eating cereal while he's driving. Weren't we talking about soup last week? Like you're eating soup?
In the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Seemingly something like that doesn't seem to be an item that you should be eating while driving. It's not like a handheld.
Well, Steve, that's why God gave you knees.
Yeah,
You
no.
stare with your kneecaps.
Your knee captain, what's his name? Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Yeah,
Right.
your knee captain Kirk's.
Listen, he's got Chekhov and Sulu to drive the car. What more do you need?
He was chowing down in the driver's seat, and then he just casually drives off. Despite going out of his way, you see what they're doing here on TMZ?
Sure do.
For breakfast on wheels, the all-time Captain James T. Kirk didn't look frazzled at all. He calmly scooped up a big old spoonful, opened wide, and fully enjoyed all that fiber, making its grand entrance. It's not something you see every day, but with his packed schedule, we don't blame him one bit for squeezing every last moment out of breakfast.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Oh,
that's
man!
what I'm talking about.
Listen, Bax, I don't know if in your retirement years, how many days you got left?
It's funny that you should ask that, Steve. I just happen to
Where's
have
your little app?
Well, let's see. It's 2,056 days left to go.
So 2,056 days, you could be writing for TMZ as a side hustle in your retirement years.
I'd take it.
Do you know how many puns I got? Especially breakfast cereal ones?
Probably 50 or 60 more without blinking an eye.
I don't know, man. I think you're onto something here. Indiana Jones will not be returning to cinemas anytime soon. It has been confirmed. The long-running franchise starring Harrison Ford came to a miserable pseudo-end in 2023 with the release of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which was a commercial disaster for Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, in a new interview with departing Lucasfilm chief Kathleen Kennedy, the immediate future of the character has been set in stone, with Kennedy explaining that the revival is highly unlikely.
Can you imagine how hard it is for Harrison Ford right now to run into a moving plane with snakes and a walker?
Yeah. I hate snakes. Except the drain snake when I have to get Callista's earring that fell down the sink.
I hate Ensure. But it makes my stools firmer.
Yeah, man. How much younger is she than he? She's got to be like 30 years younger than him, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Honey, have you seen my earrings? Get me the drain snake. I'm gonna get it out of the bathroom sink for you.
You said your ear stinks? I can't say
What?
that again.
What?
Nay?
Callista, can you get me 2 half tennis balls for the bottom of my walker so I don't slip on the marble floor as I'm walking towards you?
Callista! Where did I park the Millennium Falcon?
Where? That's a different movie, honey. It's a different movie. Get off my plane! That's a different movie, too. She said, I don't think Indy will ever be done, but I don't think anybody is interested right now in exploring it, Kennedy told Deadline when asked whether the reboot is in the cards. She further explained that the 2023 sequel only came about in the first place due to a desire by Ford himself to revive the character. What if Indy has a fiber issue?
He'll call Shatner and they'll split a bowl of cereal.
He accidentally swallows a charm, and in order to get it out safely, yes, he needs to team up with William Shatner and eat bowls of Raisin Bran in order to get it out.
Once against Dr. Jones, what was once yours is now mine.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Farts will be coming to a theater near you.
Indiana Jones and the Ark of the Prostate.
Yeah, and the trailer is just 2 minutes of him sitting on the toilet going, almost there.
I'll be out in a minute.
Get the strainer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, like Indiana Jones catches a kidney stone. So you put the little net out with the thing. It's almost there. I can feel it. And he goes through the worst pain of his life, but he finally saves the day at the end because he's got the kidney stone.
Right.
Yeah.
If you think that rock he was running away from and the Well of Souls is big, you should see that kidney stone.
Right. And then he takes the kidney stone and then it like opens up some portal.
Yeah, right.
For him. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know why Hollywood doesn't ask us to write their films.
I don't know if they see us as commercially viable.
A 20-year-old woman from Illinois reveals her addiction to eating hot glue on TLC's My Strange Addiction. She consumes over 8,000 glue sticks annually and demonstrates her hot glue eating routine on the show. Despite experiencing constipation, she claims not to suffer any stomach aches. The habit began at age 3 and escalated to hot glue as she got older, but acknowledges the unusual nature of her addiction by appearing on the show. The full episode is Wednesday at 9 p.m. I think this whole thing is BS, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because we know Pat Oates, right?
Yeah.
And Pat Oates was on this show
on
TLC where they made him pretend to be a person getting rid of his dead mother's clothes. And the whole thing was made up. This lady is not eating 8,000 glue sticks annually. She's probably not eating even one.
Come on. At least 5. Got to make it at least somewhat plausible. By the way, glue sticks taste terrible.
Yeah, hot glue. I mean, this is what I kind of want to see the show to see how they present this. Are they melting it and she's like, glazing a donut with it?
I don't know, because you'd burn your lips on the hot glue gun.
Hey, someone sprayed Kim K in the back with a water pistol at her recent Skims line debut, and the agitator was removed from the premises.
Really? But she must have had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I had a wet back was when Ray J pulled out of my Cremo Grande and spritzed my back with his albino tadpole tapenade and that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Well, I never got that done and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once buried my face in her pancake taco. I was rooting around in there like a husky finding Cheetos between the couch cushions.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I was mouthing that mosh pit sloppier than Milli Vanilli trying to sing Get a Job by the Silhouettes. Yip, 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 num, 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 get a job. Ah, your mother. And that is your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
With a whole house generator from State Line Propane.
To Springfield's Classic Rock at 625 and Zeppelin with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Let's see. The weather is going to be cloudy today with a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield.
As many of you know, Bourbon Barbecue and Blues is sold out thanks to all the people that paid attention and bought their tickets in a timely fashion. But we do want to thank our sponsors, Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics, The Log Cabin, and thanks to all of you who paid attention and bought your tickets, again, in a timely way. Yeah. Stay tuned for more exciting events in 2026, because there will be several of them down the road from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Let us promote an event you can't get tickets to anymore.
Well, we have some obligations to promote and thank our many sponsors who have paid good, hard cash to make this event happen.
Well, I appreciate them very much. I'm just saying, it's kind of like dangling a biscuit in front of a dog. Like, you can't
have this.
You can't go now. You ready to laugh?
I'm ready to laugh.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Do you know why NFL football players who are going to the Super Bowl don't have sex a week before the game?
No, why?
It's probably because they don't like each other that much. They're not talking about having sex with their girlfriend. They're talking about having sex with each other. Now, that's a tight end. Am I right or am I right, Pagsy?
Looking to remodel that old bathroom of yours? PV Bathroom
29 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Connecticut State Police are investigating a multi-vehicle crash on I-91 South in Enfield that left people with serious injuries and caused road closures during snowy conditions. According to preliminary information from the state police, crews were called to I-91 southbound at exit 46 for a multi-car collision. This is clearly yesterday, but there's no timestamp on it. because it happened during daylight hours.
Right.
Authorities said serious injuries were reported, though a number of vehicles and those hurt was not immediately released. And that is all you will get out of 22 News for that story.
Okay. I wasn't expecting very much out of him, but there you go.
And then apparently they're taking notes from the Dave Coombs playbook over at 22. Is it illegal to drive with snow on the roof of your car?
You know, I got a buddy that drives with snow on the roof of their car.
I got a buddy with 8 inches on his roof. I spent the night in a hotel with him watching a basketball tournament once. Nearly 2 feet of snow blanketed western Massachusetts, making it difficult to clear off your entire vehicle. So is it illegal to drive with snow on your car? Surprisingly, no law in Massachusetts says it's illegal to drive a vehicle covered in snow. However, there are some exceptions where you could be fined for it. There are several statutes where officers can fine you for snow. Drivers can be fined if snow is considered an obstruction of their sight through a car window. Drivers can also be fined if there is an excessive amount of snow left on top of their vehicle, which can be considered an unsecured load.
You ever have an unsecured load, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
I bet
but
you
it had
have.
nothing to do with snow.
Well, I got to tell you, if you've ever been behind like a vehicle or a truck that didn't clear everything off, and you're driving on the highway, and all of a sudden this gigantic, chunk of snow,
big thing of ice.
Big thing of ice is like coming right at you.
Yeah,
that can be very dangerous. It could go right through your windshield. It could kill you. God knows what could happen. So it's not that hard to like get yourself one of them little snow brooms, clear yourself off, bada bing, bada boom, you're clear, and you're good.
See, my favorite is when the big sheet of ice collects on the top of the car.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm driving 90 miles an hour down I-91.
Yeah.
And watching that piece of ice fly off, and then I just imagine like little people windsurfing on that piece of ice. Like, ooh, it's going to smash into that car's windshield behind me.
Steve, have you been smoking the dope this morning?
Yes, a little bit.
All right, that's what I
Like
figured.
a lot. Like way too much.
It shows.
I'm in a good mood. You know when I had a good night's sleep?
Really?
Here's the thing. I've been since Friday. I left here at 2 a.m. on Friday. I got to Syracuse at like 6 in the morning, and I did a radio interview.
Yeah.
Then I went to my brother's house, just crashed for a couple of hours, then got back up, did a show Friday night, and then the next day didn't get back until late,
Sure.
like things. So my whole weekend has been like I've just been tired.
So you needed a good night, and last night was it.
Yeah, last night I was in bed by 8:15 or so, and
Plus, you think about it, it's probably your first night of good quality rest on a sleep number bed.
Actually, I don't use the sleep number anymore.
I wish I had said something, otherwise I wouldn't have brought it up.
Well, because they don't pay me to talk about it anymore, and it's really just a glorified. I mean, it's a great bed.
Yeah,
it's a great
well,
bed. I mean, they're
a little expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, but can you really afford another restless night's sleep, Bax?
I guess I can't.
Yeah. I'm going with my gel mattress from Amazon.
You know, I've seen those videos.
Yeah.
How do you get out of it?
The gel? What are you talking about? How do you get out of
You ever
it?
see those brand new fangled jelly beds?
No, I haven't seen the jelly bed, but that sounds hot.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it could be an AI thing. I don't know. I'm easily duped, but it's like a big thick thing of like jelly, and you hop into it, and your body just sinks right into it.
It's like the modern day water bed.
Kinda, but your body sinks into it even more than the water bed.
I don't know. These people look like they're jumping on a. It looks like you're jumping on a pile of Jell-O.
Kinda, except there's obviously some sort of seal around it that makes it from leaking and spilling all over the place like a good old fashioned waterbed would.
That looks very. It doesn't look like something I'd want in my home.
I don't know how someone my age could get out of it without like a nautical winch or some people to pull me up.
Yeah, and frankly, this video is AI. You can clearly see these people that's the thing. Like you have to pay attention to products. If you're like, wow, that looks so cool.
See, that's why I thought it could be an AI fabrication because I'm easily duped. But like most people, you'd see that thing and go, how the hell you even get out of it?
I don't think it actually exists.
All right, well, Thank goodness for that, because I am not going to buy one.
In a world where innovation constantly reshapes how we live, sleep, and relax, the jelly bed emerges as a fascinating fusion of art, comfort, and sensory experience. Unlike traditional mattresses that rely on springs, the jelly bed offers a fluid, undulating surface that mimics the general buoyancy of water.
Buoyancy.
What did I say?
You said buoyancy.
I don't know. I just said buoy. Like, isn't it buoy?
No, it's buoyancy.
Why would you change the pronunciation of a word when it's buoy? It would be buoyancy.
Yes, but it's buoyancy.
No. It's buoyancy.
It's actually buoyancy.
Well, you know what? I'll say it the way I'd like to, and you can say it the way you want to.
Okay.
Like a stuck-up English snob.
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. I've been speaking this language since the day I was born.
Without the mess or instability, more than just a place to rest, it's a statement piece, therapeutic tool, and a canvas for creative expression. What?
I don't see that.
It looks like having a giant Jell-O mold in your living room.
Yeah, like if you put fruit cocktail in the middle of it, it'd be like a great dessert.
Like this circular one looks. I wouldn't want that in my home. Why would anybody want to get one?
How do you even get it into your home? It's got to be like 1,000 pounds.
It's got to be. This is why I don't think it's real.
Probably not,
because
that's why I prefaced it by saying it could be a bunch of hooey, and it sounds like that's what it is.
Yeah, I think this is just an AI generate. Yeah, this is totally an AI generated thing.
Okay.
You really need to be careful and not get people's hopes up that there was something out there like this for these people.
All right, Steve. Next thing you'll be telling me is that guy that was selling me that big penis cream isn't on the up and up either.
It's not. But it said I'll grow 2 inches overnight. Overnight, Bax. Overnight.
But my wallet will shrink by 5 inches.
Well, sometimes you got to pay the price if you want to make it nice, if you know what I'm saying. Travelers flying with Southwest Airlines are preparing to adjust to the airline's new assigned seating policy, which replaces the carrier's long-standing open seating arrangement as of January 27th. Southwest Airlines has no assigned seats for one more day, one traveler flying to Kansas City remarked on in a post on X on Monday. On my way back, everything majorly changes as I already have my assigned seat.
Something tells me this is going to wind up looking very much like the old Who concert in Cincinnati when people are boarding their plane, trampling on each other, trying to get to the best seats, knocking each other out of the way, fist fighting to put their carry-on luggage in the overhead compartment.
That's what it's like now, though, with the open seating policy. You're assigning seats now. It's kind of like any other airline where you get on, you're like, oh, you're in 23B.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I see problems.
Southwest had first announced its plans to ditch its longstanding open seating policy in July of 2024, in part to boost revenue, but the company also claimed its passengers increasingly preferred an assigned seating model with premium seat options. Where is there a premium seat on a Southwest plane? Is that the one with the emergency exit aisle where you actually have a little extra legroom?
Probably, or maybe I don't even know. What is preferred seating on a plane anymore?
Assigned seating unlocks new opportunities for our customers, including the ability to select extra legroom seats, and removes the uncertainty of not knowing where they will sit in the cabin.
Actually, the opportunity to pay extra for those seats. It's not like you're just going to randomly get it.
In the summer of 2025, Southwest also began booking assigned seats for passengers whose itineraries included flights after the January 27th start date. Some passengers appeared to welcome the change, saying it would cut down on bad passenger behavior and abuses of open seating. Others said it gives them a sense of certainty about the boarding process. I, for one, am so happy to be rid of the open seating nonsense, one ex-user wrote. At 6'5", I will gladly pay a premium for my favorite exit row seat with the legroom and need not to stand in line like a cattle. Like cattle.
Like a cattle.
Cattle is talking about multiple cattle.
That is a plural word.
Others, however, well, maybe they can do their buoyancy, or what did I say?
Buoyancy.
Whatever. Others, however, were less enthused. Critics argued that open seating was preferable for guests who booked in groups or passengers who had to change flights last minute, as they wouldn't be immediately relegated to the least preferable seats on the plane, as might have otherwise happened on a different airline. Some felt the switch to assigned seating was just a money-making tactic. They had a good run, but it's obvious corporate greed won over, and we all felt made them the best airline. Not anymore.
I don't know what we're going to do.
A spokesman for Southwest was not immediately available to comment. Yeah, because they're arranging the seats.
That's right.
Somebody's got to do that.
Takes time.
But on social media, a representative for the carrier responded to a traveler who appeared to be upset by the changes. We're evolving to meet changing customer preferences, and our research clearly indicates a desire for assigned seating, the representative wrote in a response. Still, we know assigned seating is not preferable for every customer. We hope you'll give us an opportunity to welcome you on board. This was not explained to me in the terms of my membership as a Rapid Rewards member. I don't remember getting a notice about this.
You did you get like an email that went into like your junk box, perhaps?
Maybe it went into my spam.
That could be.
You know, I feel like I need to call an emergency meeting of the Southwest Rapid Rewards members. I feel like this is something that we need to address and come to as a group and say, hell no, we won't go.
Yeah,
if there's assigned seating on a plane.
You need to unionize. You need to be like the next Norma Ray of flights.
The Norma Ray of the Southwest Rapid Rewards?
That's right, yes.
You know, that movie would have had a whole different meaning if she was a Southwest Rapid Rewards member.
She probably would have spent more time out of town.
I would say so. Talking about snow amounts in western Massachusetts. This is all the news that's on local news right now.
Right.
Berkshire County, Pittsfield got 9 inches.
I believe it's pronounced Pittsfield.
Have you ever been there?
I have.
And you haven't taken a whiff, and that's not how the way the town is pronounced. Williamstown got 7.5, and Lennoxdale got 7.2.
Lennoxdale.
Yeah.
Like the 5 people who live at Lennoxdale found a yardstick.
Yeah, where is Lennoxdale versus Lennox? Is that like a sub-neighborhood? Is that like one neighborhood of Lennox?
Let's look that up.
Is that where James Taylor lives, in Lennoxdale?
It looks like Lennoxdale is around Lennox, yes.
Up in Orange, they got 13.2. Sunderland got 12.5. Ashfield 7.9, and Greenfield 7.5. Here in Hampden County, Westfield got 20.5 inches.
Wow.
Isn't that weird how the band of snow goes in that direction? Holyoke 17.8, Agawam 18.5, East Longmeadow got only 12 compared to the Westfield. And Hampshire County, Southampton got 19 inches. They wish.
That's what they all say.
Well, you lie about your inches?
You know, there are things that are acceptable to lie about the measurements. Snowfall is not really one of them.
No, but I bet there are people out there who want to feel inferior to another town, so they say, yeah, well, we got 20 inches versus your 15.
Yeah, that's not much of a flex for me.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Although I read somewhere what someone said we only got like 10 inches in Hamden. I know for a fact I got more inches on my driveway than that.
Yeah, but where were they measuring? It depends on what part. See, that's the thing. If the snow band is not covering the entire town as it goes through, you might have, what did you say was the highest?
Someone said 10, which I don't think that's true. I think it's more than that.
Okay, but where you live and where they measured, because they're not doing, this isn't like a scientific measurement. This is some dope who's sending report tit pics of their inches to 22 News. Report it at WWLP.com.
I'm going to assume that most people under the age of 70 don't do that.
Yeah. Are your report tits getting a little stiff with all these talk about inches? Send your report tits pics.
It's a little saltier through the throughways these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102.
Caller text.
102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 6:51, and Allison Chains of Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high of 21. Could see a snow shower or two. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield.
Rock 102's got your big game hookup. Download the Rock 102 app and enter for your chance to win. If you already have the app, well, you can still sign up. Someone will score a $200 gift certificate to the Yard Tavern, get a $100 gift certificate to the Tudor House Liquor Store here in East Longmeadow, and a Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Grill and Smoker, courtesy of Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL and Super Bowl 60. We will choose one winner at random on February 6th. It's your chance to win the big game hookup from Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
February 6th.
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that a couple days? Is it the day before or the day of? When is the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl is not until
7th.
Let me just get the calendar up because I don't have it handy. Yeah, it's like 7th.
Just in time for the big game.
Just in time for the big
that?
game. Exactly, Steve.
Did you ever collect anything when you were a kid, like baseball cards, something?
I had
like that?
baseball cards, and of course my large record and my record collection.
Were any of them worth anything? Like really worth something? Like rarity type things that were probably, I'm talking like maybe more than $500 or
Probably not.
Yeah.
You know what? I probably did, but there was a period of my life where I was like stupid.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry. When was that? Was that?
Well, in this case,
0 to 57.
In this case, it would have been like 1975.
Yeah.
And in that time, I may have drawn a mustache on a few players that wound up going into the Hall of Fame.
Right. And then those cards become absolutely worthless. But would those cards have actually been worth anything anyway? Because there isn't the way they distinct those things, like it has to come from a certain minted place. It has to be a certain number on the card. There has to be only so many of them. And
there also has to be a quality issue. It has to be in mint condition. It can't be teared or frayed or anything like that. But yeah.
Well, there's a lawsuit out there alleging that Hasbro misled investors by overprinting Magic the Gathering cards. That's like another one of these things that people collect. Subsequently damaging the health of the card game has been filed by shareholders of the company. The complaint, filed in U.S. District Court in the District of Rhode Island on January 8th, names current and former executives and directors alleging gross mismanagement, waste of corporate assets, and misleading disclosures. While the filing spans multiple areas of Hasbro's business, Magic the Gathering is repeatedly cited in a 76-page document. What the court filing says is, according to the complaint, the Magic had become one of Hasbro's most lucrative products during the period covered by the lawsuit, with sales and collector interest closely tied to card scarcity and long-term value. The plaintiffs allege that analysts and investors repeatedly raised concerns that Hasbro was overprinting the products.
I believe it's pronounced analyst.
No, I think the way they were acting, it was analysts, which they say risk saturating the market and reducing the value of existing cards on the secondary market. This is what I'm talking about. How many? I have this Nolan Ryan card that I found from the Post cereal box.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, this has got to be worth something. You go online, it's worth like 20 cents.
Yeah, it's
because so many of them were printed for all the boxes of Fruity Pebbles that were out there with those cards in them when I was a kid. It's not worth anything.
I'm just discovering right now, I was looking at the most valuable baseball cards from 1979, 75. I had a George Brett rookie card that, if it were in good shape, would have been worth $600, but I drew a big, giant handlebar mustache on him, not realizing the value.
Really?
Yeah, stupid me.
Well, because you're a kid.
Handlebars, really impressive. Almost like curly at the bottom, real full.
My brother is still angry with me because obviously there's an 8-year age gap and I bit all the heads off of his Star Wars dolls.
That's hilarious in hindsight, isn't it?
The Luke and the all that stuff. Yeah. See, those things probably would have been worth something today.
But Magic the Gathering cards, I mean, I just like, I don't know. I mean, I realized that was a kind of a thing for a while, but to me, that's kind of like the Beanie Babies of the 90s or 80s.
What? But there's always, because you're just not into it. There is always a group of people that are into collecting these things, and I don't know who gets to determine the value though. Who is that person that says this particular card is worth $1,000 because, like, who is the person? Who is the ultimate person that says you can probably make $1,000 off this card?
I don't know that. I'm going to guess probably there are auction houses that set the price on whatever something sells at auction.
Yeah,
is what creates its value. Like a lot of these cards, are sold at auction or in private sales or whatever it may be, and that determines what they're worth. Otherwise, I mean, it's kind of it's not like a set amount. I mean, I said $600 for the George Brett rookie card from 1975.
Yeah.
If George Brett were to suddenly die, and he's very much alive, thank God, but if he were to die, that card may increase in value, and that would be dependent on how much it sold at auction.
But it also is dependent on who wants to spend that kind of money on something.
Of course. There's always a market for valuable cards.
Because you can always say, well, yeah, this thing is worth $1,000, but let's say you put it online, and the most offer you get for it is $400. So it's not just about who says this is worth $1,000. It's about how much somebody is willing to pay for it. I don't know. This is what happened with Hasbro. They overprinted the cards, so rather than making them scarce to make them valuable, they undervalued everything by printing too many of them. Thank God I never got into this
I know.
Stupid game.
But then you'd be doing what I'm doing, and it can, and you'd be kicking yourself in the pants because I'm looking at the 1975 Frank Robinson card from the Cleveland Indians, and I might have, had I not drawn nipples in a shirt, it might be valuable today.
I still got my Blockbuster video card from 1996, and you know what? It still ain't worth jack squat.
But if you had a stack of unreturned and unrewound videotapes, that might be worth something.
Yeah, to them, because they'd be charging you the fines. Be kind, rewind. Remember it said on every videotape?
It's 6:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? As you know, I'm not a gambler. I'm simply a man who is fiercely protective of what remains of his heavily garnished paycheck. And so, when it comes to games of chance or placing costly wagers on sporting events, I tend to refrain from such money-sucking activities. However, since the Patriots are 4.5-point underdogs against the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl, I'm sure there are many of you trying to imagine what to do with your piles of idle cash. And so, I've chosen to offer the following thoughts. Yes, the Patriots are, in fact, 4.5-point underdogs. Now, depending on whether you're looking to place bets on the point spread or the money line, here's what you'll be looking at. Let's say that you placed a $1,000 bet on the Patriots to cover the spread. Based upon my calculations, you could theoretically win exactly a big giant pile of money. However, the time to have spent your money isn't now. The time is to have placed your money at the beginning of the season when both teams were listed at a 60-1 shot to win the Super Bowl. That means if you took that same $1,000 bet and placed it on the Patriots to win back in September, that $1,000 would be worth a heck of a lot more. Do you see where I'm going with this? Now, obviously, there is money to be won, but there's also a lot of money to be lost. For example, back in August, BetMGM reported on one guy who placed three $50,000 bets on the Seahawks. The first was for Seattle to make the playoffs. That earned him a payday of $92,500. The second was for the team to win the NFC Championship. For that, he won $1.4 million. If Seattle wins the Super Bowl, he'll pocket approximately $3 million. Now, you might find that to be impressive. I find that to be the mark of a douchebag. Because what no one is saying is how many times he lost his shirt on every other bet he's made during the season. Sure, he could win $3 million, but he might have also lost $10 million to get there. You see, there's a very thin line between harmless amusement and self-abusive addiction. And I can think of 50,000 things that I'd rather do with $50,000 than blow it all on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl and cover the spread for the 14th time this season. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. So you got a plumbing or electrical problem? The dude you need to see is Robbie in the East Longmeadow Rockies. Robbie was proudly born in a hardware store. He knows how to help with any home repair. Good people like Robbie and rock solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 7:13, and Bon Jovi on Rock 102.
Going to be cloudy today with a spot snow shower or two with a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is a lovely 6 degrees in downtown Springfield.
Coming up next hour, comedian Charlie Barron's going to be coming to the Schubert Theater on March 13th for his Lost and Found tour. He's coming up after 8 o'clock, so make sure you're listening for that. Very, very funny guy.
Where's the Schubert?
In Boston.
Is that Boston?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Are you ready for another round of Am I the A-hole?
Yes.
Yes, but are you ready to dive into the bit that we do?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Am I the a-hole for not acknowledging flowers my husband brought home? Before kids, my husband would often surprise me with flowers. Sometimes I would wake up and there would be flowers out of nowhere. That all stopped once we had kids. In 9 years, no more surprise flowers. Our marriage has been on the rocks because of communication issues. Earlier this week, I came home from a long day in the office with both kids, carrying all of our crap. While I was putting everything down, I heard my kid ask what the flowers were for. I had an instant second of joy. I was still putting my jacket and shoes away and didn't see them or him. And he just said, "Oh, just to have." Suddenly, my joy vanished. I felt so silly thinking they were for me. He works from home, and I saw that he had moved his car, so I knew he must have gone somewhere. I thought, finally, he thought to be thoughtful again. I felt so stupid thinking this, so I continued to change and unpack and get the kids their millionth snack. He never mentioned the flowers. Finally, at dinner with the flowers in front of our faces, I asked him what they were for. He said they were for the house. The house! I again just felt so disappointed. I was sad and kept to myself the rest of the night and went to bed early. The next day, I texted him that I felt silly and disappointed because I thought the flowers were for me. He said they were. He said that I just never acknowledged them, and I assumed I didn't like them, and he assumed I didn't like them. I told him when someone gets something for someone, that they give it to them or tell them. He got defensive, and I got more upset, reflecting on the pattern of his bad communication. He didn't speak to me that evening until right before bed when he said he agreed with me that he should have said something, but he was mad at how upset I got up about all of this and walked away. Now I'm starting my day on 3 hours of sleep because I keep replaying this over and over, trying to figure out what led to this and if I am, in fact, the a-hole.
Here's my thought, Steve.
Yeah.
The answer to that question is yes, you are. You know, I believe it was the great Neil Diamond that once sang, "You don't bring me flowers, you don't sing me love songs, you hardly talk to me anymore when I come through the door at the end of the day."
I don't remember him saying that. I remember him saying, "I am, I said."
He said that too,
Yeah.
but he also said that you couldn't wait to love me, used to hate to leave me. Now after loving me late at night, when it's good for you, babe, are you feeling all right? All she had to do was acknowledge the flowers when he brought them to her and say, "Thank you for the flowers." And this would never have happened. It's a matter of communication, Steve. It's what's killing this relationship.
I don't remember Neil Diamond. I remember Neil Diamond saying, "Cracklin' Rose, get on board. We gonna ride till there ain't no more. Let's go. Taking it slow."
Yes, but in this case, I'm saying that Neil said it used to be so natural to talk about forever, but used to be's don't count anymore. They just lay on the floor till we sweep them away.
He said he was gonna have himself with have him a time with a poor man's lady.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but then he also said, baby, I remember all the things you taught me. I learned how to laugh and I learned how to cry. Well, I learned how to love and I learned how to lie.
He also said, can I ride to the airport? Let's go. I'm singing it in my head.
Yeah, right.
I mean, time hitching on a Twilight train.
Yeah, right. He did that too.
Ain't nothing there that they can't explain.
It's all true, Steve.
Yeah.
Neil Diamond said many things during his career.
Well, yeah, I think she's.
You know why?
Why?
Because he's got a way to move me.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah,
Look at
right. Going down deep into the archives of the Neil Diamond catalog.
He was also talking to a chair.
which made no sense at all.
Has anyone checked on Neil Diamond's well-being? I think we're all the a-hole for not doing that. This lady can go take those flowers and stick them where the sun don't shine.
That's absolutely right, Steve.
Yeah, if you bring in flowers for the house, that's for everybody.
That's for everyone to enjoy. But if you spend years not acknowledging the fact that your husband has been bringing you flowers this entire time, that's on you. You should have said something.
Resentment is a powder keg. Am I right?
You're
or
right
am I
about that.
right?
You are right about that, Steve.
I think she needs to she needs to maybe initiate some marriage counseling to get over this kind of thing. I mean, the guy finally did something that she was hoping that he would do.
Yeah.
And then she craps all over it.
Well, I think you'd learn how to tell you goodbye. You don't say you need me, and you don't need me to sing me love songs, and you don't bring me flowers anymore. Neil Diamond.
You know, where this all began, he can't begin to know it. I think we should have turned this into a Neil Diamond bit.
Well, you know, we could have, but I think we've said our piece.
You ready for one more?
One more.
I think because we Neil Diamond the whole thing. You want somebody ruining a wedding or somebody who went to a wedding over a husband's funeral? Which one do you want?
Boy, that's I could flip a coin on that one. Ruining the wedding. That
ruining the wedding.
That sounds much more fun.
Am I the a-hole for ruining a wedding? My wife and I own a catering company. Our oldest son is 15 and helps a lot with events. He's autistic, but he's very capable when he's accommodated. We were contracted to cater a rehearsal dinner and a wedding. The rehearsal was obviously much smaller than the wedding. With me, my wife, and our oldest, we could pull the whole thing off without using any employees and save a whole chunk of change. The wedding planner also hired a bartender to make drinks, as we do not offer that service. Our son was setting up tables and chairs while my wife were unloading the food. The bartender asked my son to help him unload some boxes of wine, and my son said no. The bartender offered to tip him, and my son said he cannot touch alcohol. The bartender told him he was being difficult, and my son started ignoring him because that's how he responds to stress. The bartender tried to talk to him, and when my son continued to ignore him, he grabbed my son by the shoulder and shook him. My son ran to me and told me what happened. I called the police. The bartender started arguing with me. I kept telling him to wait for the police to arrive. My son went to my wife. When the bartender found out my son was 15, he got nervous and left before the police arrived. After the deputy showed up and while I was talking to him, the wedding planner showed up to ask what was going on. I asked her to wait while I finished talking to the deputy. My wife and son had gone back to setting up after the bartender left. The wedding planner demanded I talk to her and tell her why the police were present. The deputy told her she had to wait, so she stood by and listened to the conversation. I told the deputy what happened. He said he didn't witness anything that he couldn't do anything but to call him if the bartender returned. When the deputy left, the wedding planner called the bartender to ask him to come back. He said he wouldn't come back because he was worried I'd call the police again. Ultimately, the rehearsal dinner had great food but no booze. The wedding planner asked us to serve at least the wine and beer the bartender had brought, but we refused because A, we don't offer that service, and B, we aren't licensed to do that, and C, that stuff doesn't belong to us. After the dinner, the wedding planner went off on us. She said we ruined the event and that we were fired. I clarified that she didn't want us to show up at the wedding venue and to cater the wedding, which was the next day. She said she didn't. I said okay, and we left. My son actually filmed our conversation, and I watched it when we got home, and she was very clear. At 4 a.m., she called us to talk about the wedding. I reminded her she fired us. She said we were already paid, so we had to show up anyway. I said she fired us. She said if we didn't show up, she would sue. I told her to sue. I also told her I had her on video firing us. We did not cater the wedding. I heard from the DJ that they ended up ordering pizza. It's still good enough food for a wedding.
I got no problem with that.
The bride was apparently screamed at the wedding planner for an hour and a half about it. I actually feel a little bad because the bride didn't do anything. Maybe I was being petty and I should have showed up anyway. We did not return any money as per the contract, and we ate or donated the food that had already been prepared. I know legally I did nothing wrong, but I feel like a bit of a D.
Boy, I don't know how I feel about this one.
Well, and then I'm reading the comments and says, how does a wedding planner have the power to fire a catering company without the bride's approval? And somebody wrote, in AI BS world, anything is possible. Because I have to think that some of these are generated by ChatGPT.
Maybe, but I mean, if this were not, and this were like a real live situation, I mean, You're right. How would the wedding planner be able to fire anybody without consulting the bride or the bride's family?
Right. Somebody said this is a made-up story, but let's just say it wasn't. You're in breach of contract. The bride and groom would have signed the contract, not the wedding planner. I don't know about that because I think, doesn't the wedding planner... Well, the wedding planner organizes that stuff, but yes, ultimately the bride and groom are the ones that sign the contracts for each vendor.
They're the ones who are paying for it.
Right. The wedding planner is just being the middleman by booking all these people.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Oh, man, I can't believe AI is taking over. Am I the a-hole? You are, ChatGPT.
Man, you think you control something, you find out you're not.
Yeah, what a waste of time this morning.
It's 7:23 at Rock 102. It's 7:26 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be cloudy today with a spot snow shower or two and a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield. By the way, the humidity, 69 giggity.
Get out of here. Really?
Yeah.
I don't see much dew building up in the grass today.
Well, you can have 69 giggity without dew.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is rockabilly guitar legend Danny B. Harvey. This is a guy whose career spans all the way back to the 1970s. He played in rockabilly bands like the Rockettes, Levi and the Ripcords, also in a band called Headcat, along with Slim Jim Phantom from the Stray Cats and Lemmy from Motorhead. Story behind this guy's career is absolutely amazing. He's one of the most respected guitar players in America. Really cool. And it's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and the Rock 102 app, brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Did you ever have Motorhead before?
I own Ace of Spades and a few others, Steve.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I
you
celebrate
do.
it all. I really do.
I had that when I had 8 inches of snow on the roof of my car driving down there. Is it illegal to get Motorhead while you're driving with snow on the roof of your car?
You know, I got a buddy.
I definitely got a buddy. Boy, hey, look at the time.
Oh, yeah, listen, it's almost 7:28 at Rock 102. 29 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The Springfield Fire Department is issuing a warning for homeowners.
Homeowners is what?
What? Oh, man, you got me. With direct vent heating systems, as of Monday, they've been receiving a high volume of calls regarding carbon monoxide detectors going off. They're now telling us that the detectors can be activated when direct heating systems are blocked following a significant snowfall. They are now reminding homeowners.
Homeowners is what?
What? Again, twice in one paragraph. With these heating systems to inspect and clear any obstruction such as snow from their vent pipes. This happened to our boss yesterday.
Oh, did it really?
He woke up. He said he woke up and I'm paraphrasing exactly what he said, but it was something like the heat had been off for a few hours, and he has like an app on his phone saying that the thing's not firing up and all that stuff. I wish I had an app on. They don't make apps for boilers. They make. Why weren't they thinking ahead of their time back in the day when when the boiler was made for the baseboard heat?
You know, the App Store really should have something called like Boiler Crush Saga. You know,
right.
you could just hit your boiler with a hammer and get all the gems.
Toasty,
delicious.
Yeah, very delicious. So he realized that. The thing wasn't firing up. He tried to hit the reset button, didn't work. And then a light bulb went off in his head. Like not the incandescent one, like an LED. He's got a lot of luminance up there.
Sure.
And is it lumens or luminance?
Lumens, I
Lumens?
believe. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, he had the bright things in his head, and he went outside, and he realized that the vent was covered, that it wasn't the intake vent.
Yeah.
So he had to clear the snow from it. Boom, hit the reset button. The furnace fired right back up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So they're telling you to make sure that you clear any obstructions if you have, especially like an older house that might have the vent pipe sticking out in a place where it wouldn't normally be on a home. So
got to tell you, this snow, you don't even think about it sometimes, but that snow can clog up things that you typically use. Like for example, like a lot of my indicators on the car.
Yeah,
covered in snow. They don't work because they're covered. And so you got to be careful. You got to take off all that stuff. You want to be safe on the road.
You actually have to pay attention.
Yes,
that's crazy talk.
No, that's actually what they tell you in the little blue book when you get your license. Pay attention to the road.
I have to clear off the camera, the rear camera of the car.
Yes,
when you're doing the backup thing. I typically I learned how to use mirrors when I learned how to drive, and it was always like instilled into your head. This is how you back up. You can use mirrors, also looking over your shoulder. But the camera does add an extra aided thing if you're trying to park in a tight space or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I have to clean that off because otherwise it drives me nuts when I put the car in reverse and I can't see anything out of it.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if those cameras aren't clear or the indicators aren't clear from snow,
you're screwed.
They're not going to work.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
No, not on my car. I'm just like right now when you're doing it.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's annoying.
Is that annoying to you?
Well, I'm a patient man.
Well, give me 5 more minutes and I'll keep doing it. Beep, beep,
no,
beep,
no,
beep,
Steve.
beep,
There's
beep,
news
beep,
to
beep,
there's
beep,
news to be done.
Beep, 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 beep. After the largest snowstorm Massachusetts has seen in years dumped nearly 2 feet of snow over parts of the state, state police responded to almost 200 crashes since the storm began. As of 4 p.m. on Monday, 222 calls came into the state police for crashes on roads across the state since the storm began, according to spokesperson from the department. While none were fatal, 12 involved injuries. Additionally, the department received 402 calls for disabled vehicles, 13 for motorist assistance, 7 vehicle fires, and 4 abandoned vehicles between Sunday and Monday. The DOT reduced the speed limit on much of the Mass Pike to 40 miles an hour in both directions Sunday afternoon. The reduction had not been lifted as of 4 p.m. on Monday. I think it's probably safe to say it's probably been lifted now.
Probably.
Residents have been advised to stay off the road Sunday and Monday as the snowstorm continued. Flakes were expected to taper off by Monday evening, though the Mass DOT continued to warn drivers to use caution and avoid plows.
There's a reason why they tell you during like a major storm event to stay off the roads. You know what that reason is?
Right.
Because you should be staying off the roads.
Yeah. Unless you work in radio where you need to absolutely be here to tell people to stay home.
Well, yes, but as you know, Steve, the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, sees us as first responders. We are the people that put our lives on the line to get to our various microphones or radio stations to tell people, whatever you do, don't get in your car and drive today because it's stupid to do so.
You know what? I should call up my high school guidance counselor and tell him to shove that. Take a look at this classification of my job and tell him to put it in his keister. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, and I don't think it's an inappropriate thing to tell your old guidance counselor if he's still even alive.
You told me I would be more inept to doing heavy machine operating. And here I am being a first responder with the most important job to get to a radio station to tell dick jokes for 4 hours.
My guidance counselor, I don't know how it was in your high school. The guidance department made everybody take this thing called the Cooter Interest Survey. Do you ever have to take that?
Cooter?
Kuder, the Cooter interest survey. And basically,
I took a cooter survey in high school, but that means a completely different
I know
thing.
you did,
Yeah.
but it didn't require a number 2 pencil.
That's right. Oh, well, actually, that's the size of it. But go
Anyway,
ahead.
my point is this: it was a test that you would take that would kind of narrow down all the occupations in the world and let you know, as a youngster, what your interests might be as far as choosing a career. And for whatever reason, I got either a therapist or a podiatrist.
Okay.
That I can't imagine doing anything that is less about podiatry than this job right now.
What bubble did you fill out on the Capruder film? What is it called?
The Cooter Interest Survey.
The Cooter Interest Survey that would indicate that you would be a foot guy.
I don't really know because there were no foot-specific questions on the test.
I mean, therapist I could see, because if you indicated any sort of maybe particular interest of empathy towards other people, things like that, I could say, okay, well, this guy can,
he could fake that, sure.
Yeah, he could totally fake that.
But you can't fake foot surgery. I mean, you got to really love feet in order to do something like that, and I don't really care for feet.
And ironically, you had bunion surgery.
I have a million different foot conditions.
Yeah, but I remember starting here
Yeah.
As a young buck back in the day, and you were having foot surgery. You had bunion surgery.
Right.
Have I told you about my bunions?
Where'd you get those stories?
So I'm sitting there, my cold cuts start falling into my foot bath.
This is a terrible story. How much do you pay for these?
I bought them off Marty for $6. I think I got ripped off. Yeah. But that is the weirdest classification to be. I don't think I ever remember anybody being classified as being as watching a Capruder film, or what did you call it again?
It's the Cooter Interest Survey.
For some reason, I want to go back to JFK.
No. There was no shot. There were no shots to the head.
No, just to the feet.
Not from a grassy knoll, anyway.
Yeah, well, there's probably grassy something over there. But yeah, I never heard of anybody getting that type of classification to be a podiatrist.
It surprised me too. One, I had to look up what podiatry was, and then secondly, when I found out, I'm going, how did that happen?
My dad had a podiatrist named Dr. Cornitos, and if you said it slow, it sounded like Cornitos.
There used to be a podiatrist in the area named Dr. Korn.
Yeah. Really?
Seriously.
Well, I again, if your name, you might as well capitalize off the name if you got it. If it's something related to a specific practice, the guy down at Bay State we've talked about for many years. He was my late wife's anesthesian. How do you say that?
Anesthesiologist. Dr. Payne?
Dr. Payne.
I had Dr. Payne.
Dr. Payne. That's the guy you want.
That's right.
That guy knows that he can take the pain away.
Like if you had a urologist about to do, say, a vasectomy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want a guy named like, I don't know, Dr. Sack or something like that?
Dr. Thorhammer?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. That's
Dr. Mandingo?
Yeah, you'll never get that guy. He's the best in the business.
Dr. Cockatoo is here.
Dr. Cocktoastin? Paging Dr. Cocktoastin.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Can we get Dr. Dangler? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Your regular doctor will not be in today. You'll get Dr. Micropenis instead.
This is Dr. Big Jim and the two nurses, the Stink Twins. Dr. Jim and the Stink Twins, don't you? Hey, Big Jim and the Stink Twins.
Very familiar.
I think I listened to that. I saw them perform down at the Alumni Club in Springfield back in 2002. Oh, man, I love Big Jim and the Stink Twins. Can't believe he made it all the way to medical school and got himself a great... Yeah, I was thinking about this. I had a urology appointment not too long ago.
Yeah.
That is a choice career. And I was talking to Marty about this. I'm like, think about that. You get into a medical. You want to be a doctor.
Sure.
And then Marty explained to me that a lot of these guys, when they go into different practices, they go kind of where the money is. You probably get more money if you are a specialist in something versus just being a general practice doctor, like a guy who just does, physicals and wellness checks most of the day and refers you to other specialists as opposed to being the specialist. And I'm sure it's a lucrative business to be a urologist.
Oh, I'm sure it's you're making money hand over fist.
But you chose to work with that all day.
Yeah, I know. But the top paying specialty is neurosurgery.
Yeah.
It's so easy to screw up someone's brain surgery. It's not. I mean, listen, when it comes to like a vasectomy, it's a pretty simple procedure. I mean, it's like, there are ways, the complications can always happen, but I mean, I'd rather be the neurosurgeon than the guy is, scraping the bottom of the barrel with like vascular surgery. That guy's getting paid nothing. But a brain surgeon? But no wonder Jethro Bodine wanted to be one.
Yeah, but you chose to work with Big Jim and the Stink Twins most of your day.
Yeah, I know. It's a
just
choice.
And then when you go home and let's say you go to a cocktail party and they're serving
no pun intended.
They're serving those little wieners with the crescent rolls wrapped around them, and you pick this up and you're like, I had this guy today.
This is my fifth little smoky of the day.
Look at this. Yeah. This one I can eat. The other ones I had to spit out.
If I have to chow down on one more pig in a blanket, then there's going to be hell to pay.
Ooh, who put ketchup as the dip? They didn't have this today at the office. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
At Gary Rome Hyundai, we're...
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 7:49, and Journey with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a spot snow shower or two and a high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield.
Comedian Charlie Behrens is going to be joining us next hour. He's coming to the Schubert Theater on March 13th for his Lost and Found tour. He's got a couple of specials that are out on YouTube. Very, very funny guy, so he'll be coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, he's actually he's quite popular too. I had some people reach out to me saying they were going to see his show at the Schubert Theater. Was it Schubert?
The Schubert.
Isn't that game with that little orange thing in the weird nose that jumped on the cubes?
No, that's Cubert, but I forgot all about that game.
I know.
I had that on my Atari at home.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had Cubert. I had... what was my favorite? What was your favorite Atari game?
The one that I was probably the best at was probably Missile Command.
Oh, that was a good game. That was a good game.
But at some point I had to give it all up.
Yeah.
Having these incredible, it made my hands turn into like lobster claws. Like my hands are so cramped and compromised that I had to step away from my own well-being.
I really liked Asteroids.
The Atari version was not as good as, say, like the arcade version, which was much better.
But most of those games weren't as good as the arcade version of them. But Asteroids was good. That was the one. That was the game I was playing when the police came over to interview my mother about the whereabouts of my father after he had pulled a gun on my sister. And
whoa!
Yeah,
this. I thought I'd never hear the day where there's a story that I had not yet heard.
I told you about this. He pulled a gun on my sister. My dad.
Don't remember this.
Yeah.
Really?
It was a very traumatic time.
It sounds like it has, trauma potential written all over it.
I don't know what it was like in the middle of the day. He worked this shift. I don't know, one of them shifts, and he came home and he got drunk like he usually would, and then he went to go take a nap. And then as he was napping, my two sisters started fighting over a balloon. Like it was some kind of like Mylar balloon. Remember they were like all the rage back in the 80s, the Mylar balloons. And then he got up and he he brought a gun and said, if you don't knock it off, I'm going to shoot you. And I was outside, and I just remember my dad or my sister come running out of the house saying that her dad had just pulled a gun on her and she needed help. And then he left and went to the grocery store because as would one do after pulling a gun on their child. And then, he had to pick up.
I mean, they needed the eggs.
And then they came over and they interviewed my mom and my sisters and realized he was down at the Pathmark in New Jersey. And then they went and arrested him in the parking lot.
Just out of curiosity, who called the police?
I believe my oldest sister called the police.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I got to tell you, that is a heartwarming family tale right there.
Yeah, it was great. And then I had to get on the school bus, like the week later kind of thing. And I remember the kid from up the street whose family had a police scanner. Was telling everybody on the bus, about 9-year-old little Stevie Nagle and the domestic disputes that were going on in the home on Nicole Drive.
Well, again, but that provided a lifetime of memories, didn't it?
Oh, hey, we can laugh about it now.
Yeah, now you can.
Now
you can, because I'm sure the gun's out of the house now, and your sister. Nobody got shot in the family.
They took the gun. He was a hunter, so he had these. It wasn't like he had a cache of weapons, but he had like several rifles,
right,
or whatever, and they took them all. He never got them back.
Oh, no kidding. You don't say. I find that hard to imagine. Well, this domestic dispute is a real kick in the pants. I don't think I've ever heard this story before.
Brought to you by Budweiser. When you want to really create some family memories, Budweiser.
And again, all the pieces of the puzzle get put together to
really
get the full sense of the picture.
It does connect all of the little dots.
Yeah, it's looking just like the picture in the box now.
Yeah. Good times.
My dad never pulled out a gun, which is good because he couldn't see where he'd be shooting at. So that wouldn't have worked out very well for anybody.
He would just pull out his checkbook for his little boy. Another Pinewood Derby car. Here we go.
Here we go. It's going to cost us $15.
No, it's going to cost you $2,500 for all the modifications that he'd used to cheat at the Pinewood Derby.
It wasn't cheating. It was always within the rules.
Oh, yeah?
Always otherwise, I would have been eliminated.
I'm just trying to make your dad as big of a piece of crap as my dad was. He's a cheater. He's a Pinewood Derby valor stealer.
I wish I could give you that satisfaction, Steve, but my father's a very good man, so no. I'm not going to play that way.
Did your dad have stolen scout valor when he put that Pinewood Derby together? Did he fake he was a life-ranked member before he became the Eagle Scout?
No, but he was a Pinewood Derby whisperer. I told you that story.
He just talked to the vehicle, and it won 2 championships for you, didn't it?
It was scientific the way he did it. And then I told you the story where he's in a restaurant, some mom is talking to her kid, and they got the paper bag and they're talking about the Pinewood Derby. My dad just boldly went up to him and says, "Do you want to win? I will tell you the secret to how to win the Pinewood Derby." And he told him the exact secret.
And the kid won.
Yeah. But a month later, the mother sees my dad out and says, "You're not going to believe this. My kid won the Pinewood Derby." And my father says, "Of course he did."
You know what I'm really sick of about you?
What?
You sharing stories of how your dad spent time with you and actually cared about what you were interested in.
Your dad spent some time in the drunk tank in the back of a police vehicle.
Actually, the time we really connected was the day I turned 21 and I was able to go out to the Underpass Saloon with him in Wilbraham and get the cinnamon whiskey shots. Oh, man. That was a good was the best time.
And here you are complaining about your childhood.
Yeah, everything eventually irons itself out, doesn't it?
It's just about 7:57 at Rock 102.
Bourbon, barbecue, and blues.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I know everyone's busy talking about the Super Bowl these days. You kidding me? What could be more exciting than see the New England Patriots piss off the rest of America with another Super Bowl championship for Mr. Kraft's curio cabinet? I can't think of anything, but that's because I'm shallow and filled with pettiness. However, while all that is going on, let's not rest on the excitement and thrills that are being planned for next Tuesday night at the NFL Pro Bowl. That's right, the Pro Bowl. Everyone's favorite meaningless and heavily marginalized exhibition that now culminates not in a largely pointless lackadaisical scrimmage, but with a highly anticipated flag football game on primetime TV, played among some of the greatest players in football today, whose teams have been mathematically eliminated from Super Bowl contention. Sounds exciting, huh? I guess. Of course, yesterday things got a little more exciting when it was announced that Pro Bowl selection Drake May will be replaced, not just by any top starting quarterback from the other 28 teams in the NFL. No, sir. He'll be replaced by another guy instead. And that guy is quarterback Shedeur Sanders of the Cleveland Browns. And why not? He ranked 35th in total yards, threw a total of 7 reasonably interesting touchdown passes this season, and while he picked up 10 interceptions in his rookie year, he did earn an adjusted quarterback rating of 18.9. And yet, he's accomplished something that his Hall of Fame father never got a chance to do. Play flag football at the Pro Bowl in his rookie year. Why was he chosen? Because every other available quarterback in the NFL found something better to do. You know, the Pro Bowl used to be something that every player used to aspire to. Now it's something that everyone tries to avoid, despite the $92,000 paycheck you would get if you're on the winning team. If that doesn't seem like this has become a colossal waste of time to you, then I'm not sure what the hell does. Other than the skills competition that precedes it, and I'm pretty sure I won't be watching that one either. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You know what you can fit into a 27-gallon storage tote from Rocky's? 27 gallons of crap that's been piling up around your house for months at a time. Shelving and storage totes are on sale at Rocky's. You'll find them all at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Classic Rock. It's 8:10 and Leonard Skinner with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny to start, then clouds moving in this afternoon. Chance of a spot snow shower or two, and a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield.
Comedian Charlie Berens is on tour right now. You may have seen him on YouTube. He's got a couple of podcasts out there. He's also coming to the Schubert Theater in Boston on March 13th. For one hilarious night of comedy, and also coming to Burlington, Vermont, at the Flint Center the night before on March 12th. If you want to go the day before, you can do that too. Go to both shows. Anyway, Charlie happens to be on the phone with us right now. Good morning, Charlie. How are you?
Oh, what's cooking? How we doing, guys?
Well, very good. You're coming to the Schubert Theater in Boston on March 13th. That's a pretty big room. That's a nice place to play.
Yeah, it's going to be very fun. I'm excited. Last time we were there, we did the Wilbur. I was like, oh, this is cool. And now I guess, this one's even bigger. So I'm like, oh, boy. Nice.
Moving on up.
Now,
yeah.
Not to completely hijack the entire interview here, Charlie, but you're, if I'm not mistaken, a Wisconsin guy?
Oh, yeah.
I lived in Milwaukee for 11 years. You went to...
No kidding.
I'm not kidding. Went to Marquette. You spent 5.5 years to get a bachelor's degree. Took my time, and here I am, 30 years later, now talking to a Milwaukee guy. How awesome.
Wow, that is very cool.
Yeah.
So did you liked it so much you stayed 5.5 years, huh?
Well, I thought that education should not be crammed into 4 years. Try to go slow, go at your own pace, see where it goes and where it lands from there.
Absolutely. You don't want to rush into this kind of a thing either. And what degree did you get?
I got a broadcasting degree, which is something that any high school kid could have leaped over and done the same thing. It's a total waste of my parents' hard-earned money. So
Marquette, that's a spendy one too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't so much in the 80s, but now I refuse to send my kids there because of the cost. So what is your exact address out there? Where do you live? What exact neighborhood, exact street address, all that stuff?
Oh, well, I'm so glad you asked. No, I'm in Milwaukee proper, but if I give out my exact address, some wild things might happen. Wild things. Milwaukee's known for... Wisconsin generally has some serial killers,
He's got a good story about that.
I lived 5 blocks away from Jeffrey Dahmer back in the day.
Well, you know.
Oh, I know. Oh, I mean, we didn't hang out the same places. I mean, he preferred much smaller portions, but I mean, it was nevertheless.
Where, so you, oh wow, so you were right in the thick of it.
So his apartment was on 25th and Kilbourne. I lived on 20th and Kilbourne, between 20th and 19th and Kilbourne, right by the hospital. Which nobody in his apartment ever got a chance to go to.
Yikes! Yeah, do you have a whole set on this bit right now?
No, this is really all about you now, Charlie. I'm gonna sit back and let you take over for now.
No, I mean, I was gonna, because I'm saying, how many times, like when you first saw that news story that he was 5 blocks away, I mean, what was going through your head?
Well, the weirdest thing about it, Charlie, is I was working at a radio station at the time, and it was a station that was on 6th in Wisconsin, and all of us were like, wait a minute, we've seen that guy at the bus stop. Like we were sure we had seen him around town, because as you know, that part of town is a genetic mishmash, almost like a stew of weird people, and it's like we were convinced we'd seen that guy around town.
Yeah, I mean that, especially like when you kind of get in that combination of you have students, you have city, you got like people going out to do work, and that Wisconsin bus line, I used to take that. And you kind of get a little bit of everyone on that.
Add that,
but you do get your regulars.
Yeah, add that to drunks and serial killers and cannibals, and you got the whole damn population.
Yeah, you got your plumbers and electricians too. It's quite the deal.
I think Bax is more upset that Jeffrey was getting free meals, and here's Bax paying for everything that he had to do. Charlie, you got this new stand-up special, Neighborly, which can be viewed for free on YouTube. And I got to tell you, I was laughing my ass off because you do this bit about not calling 911, and I live in the foothills of the Berkshires, not the bougie Berkshires, the lesser known part of the Berkshires. And there are some people out there who are like, we don't call 911, we call Smith and Wesson. And I'm like, you know what? That's why that guy's house burned down last year, because you can't call a gun manufacturer to come with no fire hose to come and put out a house fire. But I found that very, very entertaining and very relatable to people that I know.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. We always we always kind of know that guy too. That's like so proud of the thing, but so some bumper stickers just don't quite pass the sniff test. Is what as it turns out, shockingly.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that you see people driving around with, and you're like, yeah, really? Is that the kind of person you are meant to be?
Well, there are some people. There are some people that should be not be first responders, and I think that's the guy that should be maybe the end of the list.
I know. There's always like the idea too. Just generally speaking, of bumper stickers, there are bumper sticker people and not bumper sticker people, and I feel like kind of you're the people that are really into like the guns and whatnot. They usually they keep it a little cleaner, I guess. They got a Constitution across the back of the pickup truck, and then maybe 1, 2, possibly 3 bumper stickers, kind of like tattoos in a sense. But then you get some hippies, man, and hippies really, really like to. It goes beyond the bumper, My buddy is a hippie, and he's got his whole it's the bumper stickers are encroaching onto now the side of the car. I'm like, when are we giving this up, man? Like, you got a sleeve going right now. What are you hoping to? Are you hoping for 2 sleeves on this car? Because that's gonna be a lot. Also, how many drivers are just almost crashing into you trying to read some of these things? Because That's all I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you gotta have big lettering on them in order for it to not cause some sort of fender bender or any kind of other mishap. I mean, yeah, when you talk about the hippies, there was a thing going on up where I live years ago where they were talking about they didn't want this mass wood burning power plant because of all the carcinogens that would come out of the power plant. And these bumper stickers would say no to biomass on the back of like a 1973 Chevy Caprice that was pouring out blue smoke from the tailpipe because God forbid we started breathing in the carcinogens of that.
Yeah, I've not heard say no to biomass.
Yeah, well, that's a thing up here in Massachusetts. We don't like biomasses.
Biomass. I'd have to read into that one. Yikes. That's funny though. I love just driving hypocrisy. That's always a fun one.
Listen, I've given a lot to charity on bumper stickers. You ever hear of this OnlyFans organization? You ever see those things? Those are the people that should be embarrassed.
I mean, the woman I've seen on OnlyFans can't even afford clothes for
right.
You're helping her get through college.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have seen people advertising their OnlyFans on their car or something like that, or I don't know if it's theirs or someone else's, or just like a cool thing to do. But that, or like, you see someone like who's got a business and they really want you to follow them on Twitter back when Twitter was Twitter, but they just have their handle so big, and it's like, all right, I get it, but I wonder how many followers you get from just driving around with it.
Listen, one of the craziest things I saw was the OnlyFans sticker in the parent pickup line at my kid's school.
Shut up!
I'm not kidding you, man.
Really?
There was a few years ago. There was a gal who was just tramping through town, I guess, because I haven't seen her in a while. But she had the OnlyFans. Hey, follow, just donate to my OnlyFans account.
Well, it's not a donation because you do get a product, but I will also say that that maybe it was like the aunt. The aunt is in town, and she's, I'll pick him up from school. Could you not take your Dodge Stars? Would you just take the minivan? We got it in back. No, I'll put the kid seats in here.
Could you not take the whore wagon with you today?
Charlie Berens is going to be at the Schubert Theater on March 13th. Charlie, it's great to talk to you. Best of luck with the tour. I know you're going to be going around the country for quite a while, but great to talk to you today.
Thank you, guys. Be good and watch for deer and biofuels. All right?
You got it, man.
Charlie Berens with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be eventually cloudy today with a snow shower or two, high of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield.
Let's see. I think this week is, this Thursday, Thunderbird Thursday on Rock 102. Your chance to win some tickets to Saturday's game. Also get 4 hats, 4 koozies, plus the tickets on Thunderbird Thursday this Thursday here on Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right. Hey, by the way, coming up February 19th through the 21st, I'll be with Tom Cotter down at Comics at Mohegan Sun for 4 shows, Thursday through Saturday.
Very nice.
So that'll be a fun time.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we'll see which one of us can hold an audience better, and I'm pretty sure it's me. Mr. 35 years in the business.
Mr. America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Right. I get it. It's when he was at when we had him at the Mayflower Marathon Comedy Show. Mm-hmm. Tom's been on our show for 25 years, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe that long. People had not seen him do a full set of actual stand-up, and the people that were there were like, "Oh my God, this guy's unbelievable." He's an absolute pro.
Some people didn't even know he existed, and that's the thing. And maybe just because we're in this business and we're so closely related to people in that type of line of work, that when he started throwing up his videos on TikTok, this is why he said, just keep throwing your stuff out there. because more people who have never discovered you. You'll get people who'll be like, I've heard this before. I don't need to, see this again. But there's also a whole group of people who have never seen what you've done. And people were commenting on his TikToks going, man, this guy is hilarious. How come I've never heard of him before?
Yeah, and when you get a chance to see him, you realize, oh, my God, this guy's really hilarious.
And what really kind of thrusted him for the online stuff is his bit about the song, Baby It's Cold Outside. He does this bat shiznik crazy comparison to Nicki Minaj's WAP. And
it's absolutely brilliant.
It is so funny. If you get a chance to it, I highly recommend you go online and look at it.
We got news coming up next to Rock 102.
Men, it's the new year. And for men...
8:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Big Y, your family market. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. West Springfield police called in the Mass State Police and a crisis negotiator Saturday afternoon after an emotionally disturbed man with guns barricaded himself inside of a city home. The Mass State Police Special Tactical Operations Team and its fire and explosions investigators also responded to after a fire broke out inside the home. Trooper Leah M. O'Connell told the Republican in an email on Monday. There was no threat to the public. West Springfield fire crews were on scene managing the blaze. Police said the case remains under investigation and no other additional information is available. Holyoke police have asked for the public's help in identifying a suspect wanted in connection with an armed robbery. The robbery happened around 8 p.m. Friday at a convenience store at the 1500 block of Dwight Street. Police said the suspect threatened a store clerk and made it seem like he had a knife. The suspect... Didn't we do this yesterday?
I don't remember if it was a knife holdup.
Well, it's still on Mass Live as breaking news. So the suspect, described as 5'5", ran away on foot with an unknown amount of cash. Anyone who recognizes the suspect on their Facebook page is asked to contact Detective John Wagner. John Wagner.
5'5" with a knife.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound that intimidating when you kind of think about it, but I mean,
well,
it all depends on the knife.
It's the knife thing that really gets people. I mean, when you're threatened with any kind of weapon, it's probably very unsettling.
No, but you're coming after me with a butter knife. What are you going to do? Spread me?
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's like a plastic butter knife or a spork, you wouldn't be able to hold it. And nobody's going to take you seriously if you hold up a plastic knife or a spork.
That's why I'm surprised they offer plastic cutlery.
Unless you want
at a convenience store. If you get like the hot dog that's been on the rollers or some sort of fruit salad, they often offer a spork to eat it with.
Yeah, a spork.
Not the most intimidating of our utensils, that's for sure.
But a very underrated utensil. I appreciate a good spork. If I can eat soup and something solid at the same time, back and forth, I'd appreciate that.
It's got a lot of utility, I'll grant you that.
Yeah. There's not a lot of local news going on because of the snowstorm that we had. So
well, it's still the top story, and they're calling for more snow this weekend, which is, I mean, how much more you want to give us?
Come on, don't you enjoy winter?
I no.
Yeah,
I'm not involved in winter sports. I don't like going outside in the winter. I'm an indoorsman, I prefer to stay it that way.
There was over 200 accidents during the snowstorm because people are dopes. I don't. Obviously, there are people who do need to go out during these storms, right?
Yeah.
But if you do go out, if you have to go to work or if you have to be somewhere, why are you driving in such a fashion that you are causing yourself to go off the road or off the side of the highway? I mean, I guess maybe some of them aren't preventable, but I would imagine most of them are, especially the way I've seen people drive around here.
Well, this is why it's important to prepare ahead of time.
Yeah.
I prepared, got all the food I needed, got all the provisions that were going to help me survive this winter storm. And I can only think the reason why you're out is because you just didn't prepare yourself properly.
Yeah.
You didn't get your booze, you didn't get your weed at the dispensary, You didn't get food. You didn't fill up your gas tank. You didn't get your scratch tickets or your cigarettes.
I think there's a lot less of that and more people who are out on the road because their job requires them to be there, like medical professionals or things like that.
That's fine. That's understandable. But not everybody out there is out there because they have responsibilities. Some people are out there like, oh, my God, is the Powerball drawing tonight?
Yeah. I remember when years ago we had a Blizzard type event back in like 2013 or something, 2012 or 2013, where there was this ungodly amount of snow that had accumulated. It was a large amount of snow, and then the winds had made it like drift. It was I still have the picture of it towering over the two cars in my driveway.
Sure.
At that point, but there was like one of those emergency ban things put in place by Governor Baker at the time, and this guy was arguing. He got a ticket for being out on the road when he wasn't supposed to. He wasn't classified as a first responder or classified as a member of the media or any of those things.
Right.
He was just going out to get butts. And I remember that, like, watching the guy being interviewed complaining, if I need my cigarettes, man, they shouldn't. They have no right to tell me I can't be out on the outside. Well, it's not saying you're being outside. It's being out on the road. You don't necessarily need to be on the road. You can walk to the store.
Yeah, again, but this is why when they tell you there's a storm coming, you got to prepare. So you look at what you have and you say, I'm almost out of smokes.
Yeah.
And while I'm at it, Powerball jackpot's rising. I might as well get a couple of quick picks.
You got to get all your things in.
I'm all out of gum. Do I wait till the storm begins, or do I think ahead of time and get my gum before it starts?
You need to wait. That's what you need to do.
Well, if you haven't gotten it by the time they've announced a travel ban or travel restrictions, you got no one to blame but yourself.
And what kind of dedicated smoker doesn't have at least rolling papers that you could take the remnants of the other butts that you have put out in your ashtray, unopen them, put them in rolling papers, roll it up, and boom, you got yourself a poor man's cigarette.
Yeah, there are some people that don't have that kind of manual dexterity because vascularly the smoking has caused them to have joint pain and circulation issues. But
they should go to QC Kinetics to get that taken care of.
Well, you could do that, but you could also plan ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say I'm a 2-pack a day smoker. I don't know how you can afford to do that in today's economy, but let's say I'm smoking 2 packs a day, and I see you before the storm. I got 1 pack left. 1 pack.
You better go now.
On Friday, Springfield cancels school for Monday and Tuesday. Well, who knows what Tuesday means? You have to go and get yourself a whole carton of smokes before the heavy stuff starts coming down.
Did they cancel it on Friday?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird because our school didn't cancel. I think it was Saturday. It was Sunday that they canceled Monday, and then last night they called around 5 o'clock saying, hey, we're not going to have school tomorrow either.
Late on Friday, because they know the difficulty of clearing the side streets in Springfield, and it happens during every snow event. They knew that this was going to be heavy accumulation, and they said, hey, let's just do the smart thing. Let's just cancel Monday and Tuesday, which, to be honest, was probably the right call.
Yeah, but how many times have they done that? Where they canceled school like way too preemptively, and then people were like, "Why'd you even cancel school, you dopes?"
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
But in a situation like this, where it's like 100%, a foot of 12 to 17 inches of snow, you got to make the call. Can't drag your heels. People got to prepare. They got to get their smokes and their scratch tickets.
Well, either way, stay off the damn road. And if you do have to go out, drive like a normal person would in an emergency type of situation.
No, do better than that. Don't drive like a normal person. Drive like a person who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many people out there like that.
Oh, they're out there.
Yeah,
normal people drive like morons.
A rumor regarding exploding trees has been circulating online. Have you seen these videos?
Yes.
Yeah, but experts say that's not exactly what happens to trees in the cold weather. Here's the problem. With AI, you're watching these videos that show the entire tree just exploding like like a jihadist just went up to it in a quiet marketplace somewhere and then just did a suicide bomb jacket thing.
Right, it's the Nagasaki of trees.
Yes, it doesn't happen that way. Bert Craig is a professor of horticulture at Michigan State University. He likes the who's.
Horticulture. It's different than
horticulture.
being No.
There's whore going
Horticulture
into
has more to do with plants.
All right.
Whores and culture mean they are prostitutes that like the arts.
Yeah, I see. I like you. You're a whore to this culture. Horticulture. Anyway, he said the term behind
I met Coco at the art museum.
Did you ever have an exploding tree while studying horticulture? Anyway, he said the term behind exploding trees is actually...
No, but I have had a burning bush.
Ooh, baby! From the horticulture, right? Is actually called ice cracking, and it happens to certain trees when the temperature gets well below freezing. It sounds like gunshots, he said, and if people are in the woods and happen to hear one of these or outside in their yard, yeah, you'll be ducking for cover, but it's not exploding. He said the ice cracking is caused when the sap inside some trees freezes. Craig said that people who are out in the woods do not have to worry about shards of wood flying around as they were seeing on videos on TikTok. I mean, they'll split open and they'll open, but this notion that all of a sudden, there's shards of trees blasting through the woods, that's not the way it happens. Craig said ice cracking is also not uncommon. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone, but it's also not unusual to the woods and seeing trees with frost cracks that have healed over, he said.
Yeah, it can happen.
Craig said trees can continue growing even after suffering a major crack. The main threat to the tree would be a point where other, insects, disease, other things can come in. But given time, that tree can and does heal these frost cracks over. It's like a little Band-Aid for itself.
Yes.
It heals itself. These people, they believe everything they see. I am so suspect of anything I watch anymore because I know that, am I being fed propaganda? Am I being fed AI? Am I being fed... You can't believe anything anybody says anymore. And somebody who says this is a fact, well, how do you know it's a fact if it hasn't even been proven?
Everything has the potential to be manipulated by AI. Yeah. And you have to be very, very observant to know the difference. And if you're not really that observant, you can say, well, I can't believe that, so-and-so said this about that guy. And it's very possible that stuff never actually happened. Yeah. You can't believe simply by what you see.
Here's an ad on, it's the WFSB website. 5-second trick eliminates mice in your garage. And what they're showing is a picture of a mouse that's way too next to a Clorox type bottle of bleach.
Okay.
Right? Like it has the blue label, but it just says bleach on it.
Yeah.
And the mouse is like, I don't know, disproportionate to the size of the actual bottle. Like the mouse should be like tiny.
Yeah.
And the bottle should be big, like a mouse would actually be to a Clorox bottle. This thing is like this giant, oversized mouse, like almost like a rat-like.
Like it's almost big enough to do its own laundry.
Yeah, but somebody
could ruin his whites if he doesn't know how to use bleach properly.
Somebody, whoever at this company is sponsoring this thing, went to AI and said, "Hey, draw me a picture of a mouse next to a Clorox bottle." Well, and not even thinking twice about the disproportionate sizes of the mouse versus the Clorox bottle.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that really grind my gears, Bax.
I got you.
Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear, Steve.
Hey, your Pioneer Valley forecast today. Eventually becoming cloudy and a spot snow shower or two throughout the area. High of 21. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 22. It is 6 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
When I got a new car.
Don't get any on you, Steve. 293.
What? Whoa.
I don't even know. Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:50 and Nirvana with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Were you giving out the phone number that you were going to give request? We're taking more requests for Nirvana.
Actually, I was going to call them the emergency number in case you were actually going to pass out.
Here's something I was thinking about. My daughter came home from school last week, and one of her friends was wearing a Nirvana T-shirt. Right.
Okay.
Now, mind you, they're 14 years old. Right.
Sure.
So one of the teachers says, "Yeah, name 5 songs," and the kid couldn't name one of them. Right.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell my kid this because I sometimes it's okay to keep things to myself. Right.
Yeah.
It's okay that your kid doesn't know what's on your mind all the time. But I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I should tell my kid, go in and look at all of the song titles from Nirvana.
Okay.
And pick out some of those names and have those ready to go. And you'll see if that teacher regrets asking you what 5 songs were the names of some of the Nirvana titles in there. And I can think of a few of them off the top of my head that would not be definitely appropriate for conversation.
Possibly
Smells
not.
Like Teen Spirit, Lithium, All Apologies.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a couple. There's a couple in there.
There are a couple. I would agree with that. But on the other hand, your daughter missed the opportunity because, what are you going to do? Go to school the next day and say, yeah, I came up with 5 songs from Nirvana. You missed your chance, kid.
Well, it wasn't her. It was another kid wearing the Nirvana shirt.
Oh, I thought it was
a teacher asking the kid, saying, name 5 Nirvana songs, and the kid couldn't think of one because they're just trendy shirts. It was like kids in my high school that would wear Led Zeppelin T-shirts, and probably many of them only knew Stairway to Heaven at that age.
Yeah, remember there was kids would go to like Hot Topic, and they'd buy like a band T-shirt because they thought it was like cool on sitting there on the wall.
Yeah.
And they found their size. Oh, I'm going to wear this. Like had all these kids with like Joy Division T-shirts to have no idea what the hell that is.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking picture on it, but it's like, you don't know what any of that stuff is. And like an old guy, I'm thinking, name for me more than one song by that band. Most kids couldn't have done it.
When I was in Niagara Falls,
I believe it's pronounced Niagara.
Yeah, you say tomato, I say tomato. And anyway, when I'm in that town and I'm in the gift shop, I see it's the Nirvana, it's that emoji with the 2 X's over the eyes.
Oh yeah,
that kind of thing. But instead of Nirvana, it says Niagara. So it was like,
oh, that's clever.
Is it though? Would that be something you would wear?
Clever-ish. No, I would not be caught out of the house with it. But that's me.
Yeah,
because I'm a nearly 60-year-old man. I don't think I need to wear a Nirvana T-shirt to prove I'm still hip with the youngsters.
Yeah, but you do. Don't you wear like band T-shirts from the 80s?
It's been a while, but I occasionally do.
Like ones that people don't recognize?
Well, that way I don't have to ask any questions.
Like Big Jim and the Bang Bang Twins or whatever the hell
it was.
Oh, that
one I don't know.
No, Big Jim and the Stink Twins.
I'm off the Stink Twins now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and I can't be seen out of the house with that.
Yeah, band names are kind of like the way they name marijuana strains. Man,
it's true.
Did you ever see Skunk Cooch? I've seen Skunk Cooch before. Man, they rock. Yeah, you don't know them because you're not in touch with your inner music.
I'm not only a roadie for the band. Yeah. I've also bought them at the nearest dispensary.
Yeah, I got Skunk Cooch as a joint, and I got Skunk Cooch on my stereo. I got Skunk Cooch everywhere in my life. Even my old lady loves Skunk Cooch. By the way, do you respect anybody who refers to their partner as old lady?
Not anymore. No,
I don't either.
No,
I have.
But who does that still?
There is a certain faction. I actually met somebody up in the vicinity of Syracuse, New York last week.
But how old were they?
He was in his 40s. My old lady. My old lady. It was actually a guy I went to high school with. He refers to her as the old lady. Now, if you look at this lady, she's much younger than he is. But he still calls her the old lady. And I'm like, you're the old man.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
My old lady. Maybe he just likes to...
My old lady.
Yeah. What's her name? Skunk Cooch. You ever see her?
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
About that.
Anyhow, $20 dinner and a comedy show coming up later on this week.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time.
Oh, it sure will. Rock 102.